is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone. Do you really?
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
there's this giant ball there. And evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball. You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large. Infinitesimally small. Vying for resources is just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face. Oh, yes, it is. And you drowned in that sadness a long time ago. You lost.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, Someone has ripped half the force. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly reach your hand towards a board, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? There might have been, 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist, like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold. hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket. It says "whirling in rags" on the aluminium key ring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched. This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning, the necktie is no longer. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. The blades come squeaking to a halt. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. Your eyes burn with photosensitivity. It's not good.
Hello, officer.
Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
No.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
Because you're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business. Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking. Could it be because of the drinking? Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
A glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself.
A fondness for contradictory statements.
Extraordinary. Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Yes? You're in a hostel, sir. We are in Revachol. You sure look like you're from Revachol. Revachol parties. The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city. It's 51. Yeah?
Those words tell me something else. Feel like something you've said innumerable times before. Your mouth is the very shape of them.
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Oh, yes. Various artists. Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, a slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it. That it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now, it was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a winded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it. Then you started screaming and trashed the place. No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think there was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. Glad to have been of assistance.
The window stands broken. The door is closed. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a side look. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. She just, you know.
There's something there, and it's not good. That's all you know for now.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
Yes, you are. A real... What did you not do? First you took the body down, then you solved the murder, then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike. No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything... No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird looks like the bird was ripped off the shield. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
Why the yelling, man? Really?
Officer, even after a rude awakening, this dock worker respects the police. More than they usually do, at least.
That's the name of my
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
logistics. No. It's a... Thank God, no.
The worker stares at you. His
I don't know what you're talking about, kind.
a little me time in the abyssal pelagic zone. You can never return to it now. Only detective work remains.
Indeed. Help yourself to some... Wait. No. Oh, it's a...
The dock worker doesn't answer. The worker is perhaps he's on his way on the counter, rolled out of his open hand. The man does not mind. You probably need them.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it. The living shit. Your mesolimbic reward pathway does not mince words. It wants. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all
The idea seems to make your neck expand. Suddenly, the garish tie feels
like a cat rubbing itself against its owner's calves. Or you could not do that. No one is making you. Good. Thinking about yummy cigarettes in your mouth is the next. And when you're done thinking about them, plus smoking them gives massive bonus. There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and in like two baby crocodiles. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now. A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. As you approach, if an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this. But
hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct.
You realize he's waiting for... This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. You instinctively run your hand over the multi-patterned silk of your tie.
Don't worry! Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name for one classy cop.
Yes, well. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here? If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of it. Also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Right. And the interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Okay, we'll have time for that. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? Mm-hmm. So,
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the...
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. But first, we have to take it down. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have...
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Utterly. And it needs to be through a PA system, by other people. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when... Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, you should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? No one. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. Kim also tries not to look at the pile of tape viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit in here.
I can see that.
man with the unimpressive beard.
Mr. Guard, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41... Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene.
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From...
What, of Martinez? No. I live in Jamrock.
But you still know your way around. Yeah?
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said,
I didn't imply that. Detective. I have everything. You?
Yes, he means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would? Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him. She went away because none of your business. Oh my God, what is your obsession?
Maybe it's he who's obsessed with this Sylvie person. Certainly sounds like it.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk.
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
Oh, you don't owe me shit. Well, officer, you're right. You don't owe me shit, you owe...
We do not need to assert ourselves here. We only need instructions from him. This is the proprietor, remember? But you see, he didn't.
You know, I get this all the time. Some hobo comes in here or some backpacking arsehole off the boat. The next day, when they can't make their fees, they get aggressive.
Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him!
What are you, brain damaged? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in... That's Cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't.
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
You mean somewhere else to run up a huge debt? I don't think so. The union squeezed most places out of business to fund the strike. You're better off home.
I'm sorry I couldn't help more. You should take this up with your station.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? Why did you say that?
No. But isn't that a saying? Up on Marvel Hill, a great...
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head. When that sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Sweet Lord, a whole hour. And you haven't thought about rum and lemonade in all that time? You've truly extinguished all trace of yourself. Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade to yourself, boy. Or better yet, lick that stain off the counter. Calmly, the lieutenant looks out of the window, then to you, licking the tasty rum stain off the counter, but only a little, then out of the window again.
What are you doing? We should move.
A real drink would go well with those cigarettes you're looking for. There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hob. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
Maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes. 3. Hobnailed work boot. 4. You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell. 5. Another standard work. 6. An aberration. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But 8, and yet another standard work boot.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? $200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other?
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes. A woman or a kid? Okay.
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
Understood. Anything else? Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal?
He regrets it the moment he says it.
I don't know why I said that. We are not looking. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential... A week, maybe?
It is not.
I pulled last week's for...
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have...
What do I think? A mob of people brought something. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing him.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree.
Kuno's got this!
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid.
Oh yeah! Nappa Gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno!
Love it in the dick!
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his... The kid is obviously high.
Can't talk, pig! Shit's coming up!
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous.
Yeah, Kuno! Ride the lightning, Kuno!
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake! You should throw
the... The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. Fuck no! Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment shit. The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
We shouldn't. You will see.
Alright, entertain the shitload.
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno. Pig's choking. He's totally joking.
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
Kuno's fuck gimp. Kuno uses the fuck gimp for target practice. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You heard Kuno? Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. I don't know. Some fuck Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City. Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis. And you, just a couple of pigs sniffing around.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
You're testing Kuno's...
Get lost,
Kuno's Kuno, pig? The fuck are you calling a thing?
He looks slightly confused, but proud he came up with that retort.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his... Help! Pig's got Kuno!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Help!
Escalate, Kuno!
Pig's in here, Kuno! Somebody, please! No! No one? Kuno?
This is where Kuno is...
Help! The pig's gagging him! Kuno can't speak!
You put him...
Listen to your friend. Kuno owns the fat ass. Help! The RCM is trying to fuck Kuno! Help! Mister!
He's having the time of his life.
He's flashing Kuno! He's showing his genitals! If you don't help Kuno now, it'll be too late! Look, I know you wanted to hit me. You got that, I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up look. The Kuno's dad gets. The murder look. The rage look. I know what you thought. I'm gonna fuck that. You're nothing.
Backing up was a bad idea.
Kuno turned you into his prison bit.
No, you're not.
Bitch, you're gonna be in this shit with Kuno forever.
Okay. Kuno is kind to his bitch. Ask your
Click, 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 click.
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful.
Trying to fuck at the Kuno. Trying to fuck at me.
Kuno gonna fuck you.
Normal is not what we got here. You've got to work with what you have for now.
Kuno doesn't...
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around you seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow. Cop's gonna blow Kuno.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. Until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. There is Frit nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have... There's a greenhouse here, and...
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because it's nice and orderly. No, there's more to this. You get this hard to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted. This trash container is there's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but the body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too. We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig, I'm going away for a long, long time.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Murder was the case,
small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages.
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic Browbritter.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family? Are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
Friends are technically like family. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization.
You see a set of tattered...
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
You see some kind of charm. An irregular poly. Aside from poking at it suspiciously.
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books.
She speaks almost as if she's trying. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Have you no shame? Whining about you.
René, you're a man.
I'm trying to.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game. You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack. God, this is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline that precedes every victory. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern. Already, your muscles are adjusting to the weight. A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted.
Merde! Bordel de merde! What the hell is your problem? I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful. You vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 pool. Well, it damn well isn't. It's pétanque. You ruined a pétanque.
Take it easy, René. This is just...
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull. Good. Mistakes are forgiven when men at least try to right their wrongs. Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the local in Martinez, the union is the cop is a pejorative term. I don't have. If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply.
This is a man with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game. Yes. It was left by heavy art. Why what? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose the name to feel special. Senseless. Sadly, no. It was the foreign should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't so, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough. Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the yes. The military coordinate Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta. This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall.
Blood Ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Damn right, son. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but not...
Well, it's your own damn fault. You
don't even begin to truly understand the players of the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think? They're not, and I'm sorry it had to be them. I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume...
This royal failure weighs heavily on...
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now this is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with. Damn Fricelle. He was a king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him. A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Fricelle. He would have been the suzerain is the king, as everyone... It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the Filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go.
This is the uniform of the royal...
Don't you mean
You do not speak his name.
There's something you missed. You will get to it. Don't worry. Before you stands a motor carriage. Vapor emanates. This must be the infernal machine, that toy. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the frequency tableau lights up, and the soft purr of electrical kitten.
This is Precinct 57.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on.
Received.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap.
Officer, I have... Yes, hello? Oh, right.
You can hear resentment in her tone. There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir. Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now. No, not me. No, sorry, I don't. People don't have the money to have the cables.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the union already knew about the court. No one calls the police. You know, what the union...
Garbage.
I didn't want...
Push her further. No, don't push her. It sounds as if she's about to cry.
I didn't know I had to report it. I thought someone would take it. Yes, I know. It's just... Yeah, go on. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Yes, you have obviously done something.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit. The stuffed bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there. Didn't seem like you had fun doing it, though. Yes, obviously. You were the worst. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you, well, you were worse than all of them. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody. To hell with that. Then there was your room. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. And then you screamed something about how you're actually a real cool guy, and no one understands it. One of the coolest guys there is. The coolest guy in Jamrock. Something. And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you... I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing damn it. I don't remember what I did, especially when there's a...
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened. all sorts of things. Yes.
Interesting. You still have to find a copy, though, before you can blast it. You hear a sigh of relief.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Just a sec.
10-2, 10-5.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking.
10-4, what's your status? Over. 10-18, 10-20, over. 10-18, 10-20. State your message, sir. Over. 10-9, repeat message. 10-4, message received.
Is it him? What?
Says he lost his badge.
He what? He lost his badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen.
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick...
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He says this has probably...
Oh, goddamn it. Is he fucking kidding?
Satellite Officer Vickman.
Mullen dicked us.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to...
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear...
What's going on?
Silver, he lost
his badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
10-9, come...
New Heights even...
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson wants...
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? No.
Don't sweat it, Bratan!
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over. He says he didn't lose it.
Ask him to describe it.
Satellite officer.
Oh. Request a description, huh? We'll give him one. Describe the plasma gun.
It's a single-shot kill A9.
Says it's armistice? What?
Dear God, he lost his gun.
This is...
Mac, come face it.
Oh, I'm not going to...
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over. That's a negative.
What's he say?
He,
The prick ate Mama's vanilla waffle. Shut up, Jeff. Tell him to apologize.
Sergeant Orson requests that you apologize for the claims that you made about his mother. Over. Mac, he said...
Who?
Satellite officer. I'm afraid...
Firewater?
Yes. Satellite officer... 10-4, affirmative, officer.
Oh, God,
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over.
What? You're going to be looking at a straight...
10-4, sir, I'm not hearing your question.
Does he actually want something?
Yes.
For God.
Sir, Satellite Officer Vickmar. So, was there anything else? 10-9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over. Sir, I will not have you talk to me in this manner.
What?
He seems intoxicated and...
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics.
10.
You probably don't want to continue on this road.
Come again, sir. I didn't get that. Understood, sir. Over. Roger that.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 40th, the small room.
What is going on here?
What happened? Is my partner made...
Mac, the torso taught.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Enough!
We must help him.
Yeah? How do you
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Mac, man the door. This shit does not leave this...
I guess I can hold.
Good. Okay, yeah.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor garage.